I mean, let's be real. Like, like people, guys, they think about, gonna have a 15-year-old, 16-year-old.
Oh, no, excuse me? No, don't try to add us into all this shit that you in.
Oh, what's up? Oh, what's up?
Yo, what up? It's Ahmadjay back here in another video. Today we're about to be reacting to a video by Omeezy. Video's gonna be on they gave EDP exactly what he wanted. Man, this shit has been disgusting throughout the damn timeline of me like seeing clips upon clips of this bullshit, especially the day when it dropped. This shit was disgusting. I didn't watch the documentary because I'm not about to put my eyes, my whole ears through this bullshit. Ugh. Like the shit he was saying, because people post highlights of it, people post shit on TikTok everywhere, and reactors like me that are at the top, they be reacting to stuff at the bottom, are on there just reacting to this shit. I can't personally react to shit because I don't feel like hearing all that shit. But like this like puts like a thing into perspective. Why did this need to be made? Maybe something is really coming, because he admitted to a lot of shit. He admitted to so much shit, and maybe something is coming out of this, bro. I don't know, but like I really feel like this documentary didn't need to be made, bro. It just shined a light on a lot of people's fucking failures because they failed to catch this man. But let's get into the video. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and let's get it.
One of the biggest problems with the social media generation is that we think that everything, and I do mean everything, is content. From stuff that is fun, entertaining, and engaging to serious matters of heart, of relationships, stuff that even deals with minors. If there's a way to profit off of it, somebody has probably told somebody to create content surrounding it. And that's exactly what people are saying about this latest documentary about former YouTuber EDP445. If you didn't know who EDP was, you would probably think, if you muted every time he said the word minor or every time he said something about schmecks, he was just some outlandish and outrageous content creator. But you see, that's the exact problem with this documentary. As I tuned into parts of this documentary, I realized just how unserious the whole EDP culture, documentary culture, and everything surrounding it has truly become.
See this right here, dog? See, this is you have to watch out for, man. You got little young ass.
They literally got this nigga in a car watching minors. Is that just not weird? Like, what the fuck were y'all even doing when y'all was filming this video, bro? That shit has to be the most weirdest shit ever, bro.
High school mother, you know what I mean? I mean, let's be real. Like, like people, guys, they think about, gonna have a 15-year-old, 16-year-old.
Oh, no, excuse me? No, don't try to add us into all this shit that you into. Oh, hell nah, that's disgusting. This nigga is sick. You see, he was saying a lot of this crazy shit throughout this shit, bro. There's countless fucking clips of people reacting to this, and I've seen a lot of them, and I'm like, did he really say this? And I guess he really did. I guess he really did. Just to try to put this on everybody else. Nobody likes doing that like you. What the fuck?
Man, that walking down the street, she's in high school, she's hot as, you know what I mean? Now, mind you, my gets put out there.
But this phenomenon that we're facing of the prioritization of content as opposed to the ethics behind making said content is getting totally out of hand, to the point that even the creators are noting the fact that, hey, we're probably doing something wrong here.
I think there possibly maybe could have been different results in this case if me and Gideon did not confront EDP or take the situation into our hands.
These niggas piss me off. It's just a whole essential clown show. You can gravitate around the idea, like a lot of these people, got people locked up, but like it's just the fact that these fools had like a great ass opportunity to see what that Alex Rosen weird ass nigga like did wrong in the first one, and you had a perfect opportunity to just run this whole thing back and run it right, but they fucked up, and it probably would have been on the same pretenses of not getting him caught. And they decided to turn this into a fucking spectacle, bro. This nigga Gideon was in a fucking cupcake costume. I thought they actually caught the nigga. They didn't even show this nigga. They didn't even show this nigga only for a little bit, like minutes. I saw that video that Gideon dropped, but all fucking content.
All. That's a hard maybe though, and you know that way obviously there's no content there, so it's like
And ultimately it begs the question, why do we keep prioritizing the content over ethics? If you're new to this and you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. It's gonna go a long way for the channel. Be a part of the train early before we get to 200K and you're left out. Now back into the video. Now for those of you who don't know, and it'll become abundantly clear as we talk about this, but EDP is a successful or formerly successful YouTuber who grew a platform to 4 million subscribers before he started to solicit inappropriate acts from people who were underage. YouTube documentarian Mike Klum, who has also done other documentaries on failed YouTubers like Boogie, which you can watch my videos on that, decided that he was gonna take time and make a documentary about EDP. And quickly, and I do mean quickly into this documentary, you can tell that not only is EDP not remorseful of any of his actions, but also he's very giddy about some of these things.
Why do you think you wanted to have sex with
I mean, the reason why I wanted to have sex with a 15-year-old is already fucking clear.
What the fuck?
Innocence away, you know?
is EDP 445?
What the fuck? Yeah, you see, a nigga like this needs to be locked up, bro. I think he's really admitting to this, all this shit right now because he knows he's out of the woods already. When he was in the woods, he realized, oh yeah, he was scared as shit. I bet he was. But when he realized and seen all this shit, probably talked to lawyers or whatever he did, whatever legal shit he talked to, he probably was like, oh yeah, I can say anything I want, bro. Oh man, and the amount of money they probably paid this weird ass nigga to get into this shit, bro.
Yes, I believe he is.
I don't give
this nigga off my screen. Fuck that nigga.
Oh well, she's just a girl. You can't be doing that. You gotta die. I mean, you don't give a fuck how old she is. You just trying to get your fucking nut in.
And this is where the question marks surrounding the ethics behind this documentary start to come into play. Is there even any conversation about the victims of his actions? No. The whole thing was terribly, and I do mean terribly, unserious. It starts off by getting this dramatized version of EDP's whole life story, and they get these kids to play him and have this one black kid sit in like an Eagles hat, and it's really hard.
Yo. Whoever got their kids to play in this shit, the kid's gonna regret this when he gets older. They're gonna be known as the kid that played younger EDP in the documentary of him saying some heinous ass, nasty ass shit, bro. That's the only thing you say to this. I hope these fools got paid a lot of fucking money for this. I doubt it. This was a documentary by a YouTuber. Honestly, we don't know if he probably made a lot of money from his other documentaries, but at the same time, to put your kid in this state, man, playing a damn younger version of a pedophile.
And cringy watch. I mean, especially in the beginning of the documentary, the tone seems more to be comedic. And maybe it's because I have a sense of dark humor that I'm seeing these things, but ultimately it just seems that they're very unserious. When EDP is describing the initial most viral encounter that really started to spiral his career, he's even saying what he's most regretful about is the fact that he did not bring his pew-pew to the situation.
But the main thing I feel like I regret that day is I didn't bring my Glock off the counter and I didn't shoot those motherfuckers, you know what I mean?
What? Not regretting the fact that you actively sought out somebody who was years old at the time? This documentary is basically victory lap the movie. Now don't get me wrong, it's clear as day that this documentary has a purpose and a motive.
It's just the fact that this nigga acts so tough, like, after all this shit. Like I said, he knows he's in the clear. He knows he's out of the woods. But when he was in deep shit, this nigga was like, in that whole little ordeal when that like first exposed video dropped, I think was trying to give people a fist bump. Oh, I'm just here to pick up a cupcake. Like, that nigga was scared out of his ass, bro. Like, it really kind of showed this nigga was really just how he was at the time. But then all this tough ass talk, bro. But hey, but at the same time, you got to be careful around these pedos, bro. A dude that was a predator got capped by one already. That's how serious this game is. Don't downplay them weird ass niggas all the time, because you never know if they might be strapped. So I half sort of fucking believe he might be shooting, because this nigga is unhinged and crazy as fuck. A sick ass weirdo. Like, a dude, like I said, dude died from this before.
to show that EDP is a monster, just outright, in all facets. Not just the part about talking to the 13-year-olds, but also the way that he just goes about life. But ultimately, it's the tone that's being judged here. One that makes you really question, why does this even exist? In my opinion, the most unserious moment of this whole documentary is the very ending of it. They get these people from around the internet on which they ask, hey, do you have any advice for EDP? What would you tell him?
He's never gonna learn. All you can really hope, the best advice you can give him is to be even stupider, and hopefully one day he lands himself in jail. Because that's the only thing that can fix him, going to jail.
So if I had to give EDP advice, all things considered, I would say consider suicide.
People won't remember him. What has he done to be memorable? Every day of the week.
There are a lot of words I can use to describe him, but if I had to pick just one, it's sick.
Dude has nothing in retirement. His assets are a joke. These are the finances of a mental child, let's be honest.
Please leave the kids alone, that's my message.
What the fuck?
Leave the kids alone, please.
And out of nowhere,
what the fuck is Dante doing here, bro? This nigga was like, hey, this thing was so unserious in this shit, bro. I think this documentary was just too unserious, man.
comes Adam, 22 of all people, saying that all of the people he would most want to sleep with, his wife and least, and EDP is the last guy. Mind you, that's kind of insinuating that he would want EDP to actively sleep with his wife, just the last one. But ultimately,
I'm never surprised by a lot of shit Adam 22 does. I'm never surprised by anything anymore. I just sigh and just move on to the next thing because it's getting tiring of what the fuck, how he acts and what the hell, like, humiliating thing he does next. To say this is on another level of crazy, but all you got to do is just sigh at this. It's Adam 22. He's one of the weirdos too. Well, well, honestly, low key adjacent like that. He got allegations from the past, but I'm not saying it's true, but too many people have researched upon that and
ultimately, what? This isn't serious at all. There was also another moment that was totally unserious and showed how much of a goofball EDP is, where he unveils a list of people that he likes and a list of people that he hates. Among the list of people that he hates, naturally, it is a lot of the YouTubers on the commentary side that ultimately would call him out for his actions and shenanigans, like a Moist Critical, who can still rip off about 1 million view video in half a day covering EDP. Yeah, sure, he doesn't like him because he makes EDP look bad, which, hey, brother, you should absolutely be looking bad. I'm gonna contradict myself for a second. What is a little bit funny, maybe in an ironic way, is the list of people that he likes. It features the likes of like Andrew Tate and Sneeko. And to know that you're on a list of guys that
I think the people on this list that he really fucks with and he calls real niggas should be literally fucking resenting the whole thing, bro. They gonna have to come up with a statement like crazy, bro. I don't condone this. They gonna have to do the little PR run, bro.
EDP 445 likes has to really put a thorn in your side if you're anybody who made that list.
What did he actually shout me out? Life. Sneeko, guy is cool as fuck. Sneeko, if you're watching this shit, come on out to Vegas, man. I'll treat you to some fucking tacos.
Okay, what is this list? It's 2023 Red Pill. Where's EDP been? This is such a Red Pill. Ironically, I mean, we're in the Miami setup reacting to it, but he's trolling. He's clip farming. I know he's clip.
What the fuck is that your whole first thing to say? What? Bro, you should be really concerned about this nigga putting you on the list. You should just be like, hell nah. You should be like, no, I don't fuck with this nigga. But like, your first thing is, oh, this is Red Pill. This is EDP shouldn't be concerned about this no more. This doesn't exist. What? Your first thing to do is not resent a pedophile. It's out of my hands. It's Sneeko. It's Sneeko out of all people.
And then there's the matter of his girlfriend.
I've finally hit the jackpot. And I would like to introduce my beautiful girlfriend, Marissa.
No fucking way. No way.
You know, the thing I really love about Marissa the most is that she's always, she's very thoughtful. She's always thinking about me. She's always trying to make sure that I'm okay.
How are you okay with dating this guy, this monster nigga? How are you okay with this shit? Like I said, I get a lot of people make mistakes, but actually going out to do this and talking to minors, and she actually forget. Look, well, I'm gonna just say there's a lot of people in the world that don't give a fuck and don't care about things because they probably just say, "Oh, well, you only get one life to live." This is probably the person right here.
And not to mention, she's also very funny.
My name is Marissa, and I am Brian's girlfriend. So how is this? I think, How do I want to say that?
They don't.
There's something that's definitely. It's a situation where, not that we don't.
Yeah, I don't have anything positive to say about that. Now, the reality of the EDP experience over the past couple of years when it comes to him being at the forefront of content, and this will be a theme that I'll discuss a little bit later, is the fact that the only reason why we're here and he's not in jail is because the people that were tasked with or brought it upon themselves to capture him doing these things, soliciting these things, were more worried about prioritizing the content of it all as opposed to the health, safety, and well-being of those that were in jeopardy by dealing with an EDP. Alex Rosen, famed catcher and Chud the Builder supporter, don't worry, we'll get to you in a second, buddy. He botched the first operation. Then Skeeter Jean and Gideon botched the second operation. Even fabled and legendary catcher Chris Hansen called all of it a clown show the way that they proceeded to go about doing these things.
It's an embarrassing clown show. You know, he says the same thing over and over again. The way this investigation, it's not really an investigation, but
you know, if Chris Hansen telling you this shit, you really fucked up. And I think doesn't he always say he like that's his idol? So your idol telling you this, that you fucked up, that you messed up on so much shit, it like rubs you the wrong way.
The way this was conducted makes it unprosecutable. And you've got Skeeter or Skeet or whatever his name is, who's clowning around, taking my lines, I suppose, and murdering them with a guy in a cupcake outfit. There's
it's so crazy,
serious attitude here. It's a clown show, and it resulted in nothing.
Now, because of the way that this was handled, ultimately, EDP would evade jail time every single time, which was multiple, and he decided to solicit any action from anybody younger. But this is where it gets interesting, and I do mean interesting in a bad way, is that Skeeter Jean was tasked with being a part of this documentary. He was a part of the second sting operation that would have and should have landed EDP on some sort of registry and serving some sort of jail time. But even he can acknowledge that, hey, while we were doing this thing, it seems though we prioritized the content more than the actual catching.
I think there possibly maybe could have been different results in this case if me and Gideon did not confront EDP or take the situation into our hands at all. That's a hard maybe, though.
During the time of...
That's not a hard maybe, bro. You could have avoided like a whole bunch of embarrassments and a ton of like backlash if you just didn't... If you would have took that serious, bro. Like I said, there was an example from the first thing. You could have just took that example and just did it the right way. But no, you decided to make this shit out of a spectacle and, you know, don't care about anything except for your content and have Gideon pop up in a fucking cupcake suit. You could have literally told that nigga to take that bullshit off.
Head catch, Gideon used a 15-year-old, a real one, as bait for EDP 445. Even though the 15-year-old kept saying that she felt uncomfortable during the situation, she was pushed and encouraged to make sure that this capture ultimately happened.
I feel like I was a victim of EDP, but I think I was mainly a victim. This is gonna sound crazy, but mainly a victim of Gideon. I feel like for a long time I was his like little puppet. I feel like I was his puppet because I was just like kind of doing the things he demanded me to do. I feel like I am a victim of Gideon because he encouraged me to keep talking to a I told Gideon.
Wait. I seen clips on like TikTok and clips on like Instagram. Like this girl's story is shaky. Although Gideon is still at fault, like the pretenses of like what she kept doing, she wanted some clout, bro. And like I said, Gideon did a lot of stupid shit during this whole investigation. But I think they showed a clip of like part of this documentary. They literally said that he literally provided evidence to them about her.
Every single time that EDP would send me dick pics, but he would never tell me to like block him or anything.
And capture is a word that I'm using very, very loosely because even in the long and extended video that Gideon and Skeeter Jean would put out in which he would...
Yeah, I think after that part, they chopped it and they put in Gideon's like evidence. I don't know why Omizi cut it out. I guess he's just trying to get his point.
A cupcake during this confrontation, a little cupcake costume. EDP's in the video for about 3 minutes total. Now, ultimately, I do think that that is disgusting, but a little bit later in that same exchange with Skeeter Jean and Chris Hansen, a question is kind of posed about the ethics surrounding this whole nature of content.
What's your opinion on Skeeter Jean?
I don't know Skeeter Jean. He reached out to me some time ago to collaborate, and it's not something I would ever do.
Why not?
Because I don't need to. I mean, I don't need to create a clown show with somebody who is merely seeking to get fame and clicks and views on YouTube. I have my own team.
Oh damn, they're not doing this nigga no justice, popping up with the damn bunny costume and then popping up with his whole fucking plaque.
My own way of doing things, and it produces justice. The rest of these clowns, you know, they're out there goofing around.
Yeah, it did definitely change my opinion on him a bit because I think he was a bit hypocritical with a statement that he made. He said that I was just doing this for clicks, views, and ad revenue, basically. I mean, are you telling me that he's not doing it for the same reasons?
And ultimately, this has to be one of the worst times in the world for Chris Hansen to be participating in this type of content, especially because he's standing on some soapbox while he has his own documentary coming out about him questioning pretty much the same things that he's, blaming a Skeeter Gene for. And I'm not.
I mean, yeah, when you put it that way, hey, all of these fucking predator catchers are gonna have some type of incentive to just make money off this. I mean, but practically you're gonna have to have some money to hire decoys and a lot of shit. So I kind of get that, but it's just the ethics of it, I guess. No matter how much you're talking, that whole little thing is just always gonna like be looked upon as like a money grab anyway. Honestly, you're getting money from like catching predators, and I mean at the same time you're kind of saving people and getting these niggas off the street.
Here to really play this game about who is the best catcher, who is using the police the right way, all these different things of that nature. I'm here to really, slander the whole content idea in general. But I think that the question creators previously on these channels, the ones that go into the supermarket and throw flour on people, get into these fist fights, all these different things. But ultimately,
yeah, look, there's like two, there's like the difference between two type of predator catchers. I fucks with the ones that actually do something and don't assault the predator, because that really botches the case and gives you a bad name and really give the police incentive not to take your ass serious. Okay, I get the point of beating up on a predator because like, yeah, you want to whoop somebody's ass that's like, messing around with a minor, dude. I get the whole pretense, but if you control your anger, that nigga could end up in jail for 20 years. That nigga could just end up in jail for 20 years. But like when you don't, they could end up reversing something or doing some type of law where you lured this nigga in, and then that's when you start whooping his ass. That predator could fucking press charges on your ass. It's these one group of people that I like seeing around like Instagram. I think it's called Dads versus Predators. It's these two guys, and then they just be whooping them dudes' ass, along with Vitality. That, like, we know how his cases go. Along with Vitality, and then other people. But these two guys specifically, they be absolutely like slapping around, whooping their asses. Sometimes I think they be letting them predators go. Honestly, the whole thing is just fucked right now. You're not trying to get these predators arrested. What's the point, bro? They're gonna charge you with something. I don't know. Maybe they come up with a plan, but like it's still shaky.
I do want to know from you guys, how do you feel about the nature of the catching genre, from the worst of the worst who throw bologna sandwiches at people or the Vitalities of the world, all the way up to a Chris Hansen? I know.
All right, I'm gonna just stop right here. But like I said, this whole documentary was just so just disgusting. I really didn't think it would need to be made, but on the other hand, maybe it'll shine a light. Maybe it'll shine a light on this nigga as a sick ass nigga. I don't know. We never know. Maybe there's somebody like the FBI. Maybe there's somebody or police or somebody looking into this nigga EDP. Maybe they try to, reopen the case. I don't know what they're probably doing. You never know what's spiraling in the background. You never know what's gonna just try to come up in the background. And he did himself no favors to admitting to a lot of shit in here. This is like almost like evidence. I don't know. Maybe if this could be put in, maybe this could maybe just be put in as examples of how sick he is, but it can't be probably put in court. He probably signed papers or some type of thing. There was a lawyer on there that said he shouldn't do this documentary. I don't know how legal shit would go with this. I don't know. Maybe we'll find out in the near future. But hey, let me know if you guys watched that documentary, because I didn't. I'm not about to watch it. But let me know if you guys watched it. But if you want to go see the original video for this video, it'll be linked below. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. We are on the road to 900. And if you want to be part of this channel growing, Just leave a list description, bro. And let me know if you want me to react to some more stuff. Catch you guys in the next video.
He was the best guy around.
What about the people he murdered?
What murder?